Do not sit down right away in a chair that someone of the opposite sex just got up from. Do not go to drinking gatherings with more than 5 people. When you are at a get-together, do not put your car keys on the table. If friends or coworkers are treating people to a meal, and you are the only one who was not invited, do not ask around, and do not ask why. Do you know why? Let me tell you a story, and once you hear it, you will understand. Lena had been working at a top law firm in New York for a full 2 years. No matter what the partners at the firm said, Lena always wrote everything down carefully and never asked one extra question. Every morning she prepared all the case files and meeting materials ahead of time, and every single detail was organized perfectly. One day Lena flew to Boston with her boss. Lena's boss was one of the senior partners at the firm, making more than $10 million a year. This trip was to lock in an annual legal counsel contract for a multinational company worth $3 million. All the terms had basically already been agreed on, but on the day they were supposed to sign, something happened that Lena would never forget for the rest of her life. The head of legal from the other company looked at Lena and said, "You are one of the very few people I have ever seen who could sort out an entire advisory plan this clearly in such a short time. Young lawyers these days really are getting more and more impressive." Lena gave a small smile and said, No. The truly impressive one is my partner. I just help him organize the materials." To her surprise, the moment she said that, the other side's legal director's expression turned cold. He closed the file and said, "In that case, I will need to think again about the team we would be working with. Let us talk another day." Then he stood up and left. Back at the hotel, her boss threw the documents onto the table and said, "Do you even know what that sentence you just said meant? Because of that one line, you almost sent a $3 million advisory contract right out the door." Lena felt wronged and crushed. She was almost in tears because she honestly had no idea what exactly she had done wrong. Her boss looked at her and said, "You still have one more chance. The other side is still willing to give us one more meeting. The commission from this contract alone could make you $200,000. Lena immediately asked, "Then what do I need to do?" Her boss pulled a book out of his briefcase, handed it to her and said, "Go back tonight and finish this book. The answers you want are all in here." The next day, they sat down at the negotiation table again. The legal director on the other side looked at Lena and said, "Young lady, I did not expect you to have the nerve to come back. You remind me a little of myself when I was younger." Lena remembered what she had read the night before, steadied her voice, and said, "You flatter me. If you had not been willing to give me this chance, I would never have had the honor of working with you." The legal director looked at her, smiled, then turned to the person beside him and said, "Sign this advisory contract. From now on, let her handle the day-to-day matters on this side." In the end, that annual legal counsel contract was signed successfully. And because of that, Lena was promoted ahead of schedule and became a lead attorney who could take on clients independently. To thank the partner, Lena later brought a collector's bottle of red wine to visit her boss at his house. But the moment she walked in, she saw that 2 senior partners from the firm were already sitting there. Lena barely paused. She immediately handed over the wine and said, "Boss, this is the wine you asked me to help buy. You go ahead and handle your things. I will not interrupt." Then she turned around and left. Do you think the story ends there? Not even close. The best part comes next. The next day, Lena invited her boss to a Michelin restaurant for dinner. The second they walked in, the waiter said to Lena, "Boss, the private room you reserved is upstairs on the 2nd floor." Her boss laughed and patted him on the shoulder. "Looks like now you seem more like the boss than I do." Lena kept a calm expression and said, "You are joking. You are my boss, so of course I am still your subordinate. Besides, this waiter is smart too. He knows that when you report something, you do not skip levels." Her boss burst out laughing. "Not bad. Now you really get it." Lena smiled and said, "That is because I have been learning by your side all this time. I guess some of your presence and style rubbed off on me. As the saying goes, if you fly with the phoenix, you fly higher. If you walk with the wise, your whole perspective rises." Her boss laughed even harder. "The most powerful thing in this world is not money, and it is not power. It is a way of thinking."